Hello everyone! Today I'll show you this code once again. Even though it's not finished yet, there's still something to show you. Have a look at the edges. They were divided in layers and turned inside. You can see that the collar was made the same way. Now have a look at the sleeve. Its edges and seam were processed the same way. Now I'll show you how to edge the item this way. It's better to see something once than to hear it twice. You can see that there is a stitching 1 cm away from the edge. We'll remove it later. First, you need to divide the fabric into layers. We need a stitching to know where to stop. We'll show you how to divide the fabric into layers and then how to sew them together. You should process all the edges of the item this way. You should be very patient and attentive to do it. We use the white thread and make very small stitches to tack the one side. Now I do absolutely the same thing with the other side. Notice that I start tacking not from the very angle. I'll process it differently. We'll show you how to process the edges, the angles, and the seams. We'll show you the most important moments. Next, we'll have to sew the two sides together this way. It requires a lot of handwork to make such coat. This is how it will look like when finished. We do it in order not to cover the edges with anything. This is the wrong side, and this is the right side. Let's continue working. Make very small stitches, about 3 mm wide. We'll go to the ironing desk when we finish tacking this piece. All the edges should be processed this way. Just imagine, you'll have to process all the edges and the seams this way. You need to be patient to do it. We'll stitch about 10 centimeters just to show you how to do it. I really want you to understand the technique. It's ready. Now I can remove the first tacking and the machine stitching and iron this part. I remind you that we need the stitching just to know how much to open the fabric when dividing it into layers. Let's go to the ironing desk. This is the piece we've just tacked. Iron it carefully. You can process any two-layer cashmere this way. This is a very useful technology. The coat will look very expensive. Let's continue working. I think it's clear that you'll need to tack and process the angle the same way. This is how it should look like. Have a look here. Now I'll show you how to make a side seam. Stitch all the 4 layers of fabric on a sewing machine, just like you usually stitch the side seam. This stitching is permanent. Now we'll show you how to process the side seam without an overlock. Divide the fabric on the front into layers. You can use the scissors to do it. I remind you that I'm working just with the front now. The back stays the same. The thing that I want to show you now is not how to make a coat, but how to apply different useful technologies. Now have a look here. I fold one layer and cut the extra pieces off the other 3 layers. After it, we'll go to an ironing desk. I'll leave about 4 millimeters here. Process all the seams this way. Let's go to the ironing desk. I've cut the 3 layers off and now I cover them with the only one left. You need to press hard for the left pieces to be flat, so that you can easily process them. You should process the whole seam this way. This is what we got. Now we need to tack this edge. We're not going to steam it again after tacking, but you should do it. Imagine how patient you should be to make such coat. All the seams and edges should be processed by hand. Now we need to pack the seam. Make very small stitches. We'll sew about 10 centimeters to show you what to do. It took us long to come up with this technique. This small piece of the side seam is ready. You need to press it really hard for it to look good. This is how it should look like from the wrong side and from the right side. This part is not ready yet. There is no overlock stitching or anything like that. I can even put the coat on wrong side up. This is how you should process the edges. If you, for example, want to attach the collar, stitch it to one layer and then cover with the other one. I just show you the basic technology. That's all for today. Be different. My name is Paukštė Irina. Subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.